I believe he's going to continue to attempt to build pressure on Ukraine, but also on all of us until somebody cracks. In other words, until somebody gives in on one of his demands, whether it's a promise that Ukraine could never join NATO or a promise to withdraw from certain countries or things like that. But I think he believes that if he keeps applying pressure, that somebody's going to crack. If that doesn't happen, then I believe he will take the next step, which would be a new attack. You and your viewers, of course, know that Russia has already invaded Ukraine in 2014, and that they have thousands of soldiers in Crimea and in Donbass. So what we're talking about is a new offensive.
So in your position as commander of U.S. forces in Europe, you were uniquely placed to watch the Russians in action, if you will. What's your sense of what he's going to do next if he decides to invade Ukraine? What does that look like?
So what he does next is continue this exercise he's doing in Belarus, where you've got thousands of Russian troops are joining up with troops from Belarus for an exercise. I don't envision that those capabilities are going to be leaving anytime soon, but what that really does, it extends or puts the pressure on Ukraine even further to the west, so that all of Ukraine's northern border now is more vulnerable. You've got more ships of the Russian Navy that are moving from the Baltic Sea towards, I believe, the Black Sea. We'll know that in a few days. And he is concentrating an awful lot of naval capability that would enable him to conduct amphibious operations on the Black Sea coast, west of Crimea, and also in the Sea of Azov between Crimea and Mariupol. I think those are the most likely type of actions that are going to happen, not a massive assault all around Ukraine, but probably more limited attacks that would reduce his own casualties, but still would enable him to accomplish his objective, which is to show he can go wherever he wants and to undermine the Ukrainian government.
Yeah. Do you think it was a mistake for the West to hold up further supplies to Ukraine in terms of weapons as long as they did? Do you think that that gave him an edge?
Well, what it demonstrated is that we don't have a strategy for the region. I mean, all this arguing about whether or not to give Javelin or Stinger or certain things like that, really, those are policy decisions that should be based on a strategy for the region. And we've been slow getting our act together on understanding why Ukraine matters, why the Black Sea matters, and why we need to take strong steps.